Hey sister cousins, welcome to my channel. I'm Lady C and I'm here to see if the juice is worth the squeeze. Like and subscribe if you're new and run it up in the comments. Let me know it's real. Now, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to talk about everybody down to Bravo, girl.
Okay, ladies, now let's get information. I slay. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. You know you that when you cause all this conversation. Always stay gracious, listen.
That after the beat.
Here we go. Can we talk? Listen, your girl is tired, okay? In the last few weeks, so much has been going on and it is hard for a newbie like me to keep up. But here I go, girl. Let me try my little hand. Now listen, I know don't nobody care about my opinion, but if you did, this is what I would say, okay? Monique Samuels.
I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze.
So, Monique, girl, yeah, she's back on Real Housewives of Potomac. Now listen, I'm not even gonna hold you, okay? I am not a, like, diehard Real Housewives of Potomac fan, okay? I've jumped in and out. I have rewatched everything, so now, you know, I'm feeling like I'm a little bit more aware and I understand. I've followed the commentary over the years, like, thoroughly, because I love the people that I follow so much that I'll just listen to anything they say, you know what I'm saying? And so, but what I do know about Monique is that she had a physical altercation down to the, you know, Potomac season, I believe season 6 or season 5, one of them. And girl, yeah, she ended up, you know, coming back to the reunion, girl, with her binder in hand, and zero smoke for Candace, but 100% smoke for Giselle, okay? And I just wonder how this cash shakeup is going to go over with the remaining ladies on the show. One, we know that Karen Huger is off of the show due to her getting...
You're going to jail, bitch!
If I can remember it correctly, I believe that Wendy kind of, because she was the new girl at the time, and so she kind of aligned herself with the rest of the women and kind of went against Monique in a way, you know what I'm saying? And so I just wonder how that's going to fare between Monique and Wendy. And then we have Giselle, who she read for absolute filth on her way out the door, okay? And now I do want to see the dynamic. I wonder if they're going to have a conversation, because what I believe that Giselle is now doing is kind of what Kenya wanted to do but didn't quite get to come around to it. I believe that Giselle has had some conversations behind the scenes and is now trying to turn over a new leaf with the show, okay? And so because of that, I just wonder if she's going to hang on to her, you know, I don't F with you, you done type of mentality that she kind of holds with the other girls, or if she's going to be like, you know what, let's let bygones be bygones. We have both. Hold up, let me just tell y'all how fake y'all are, okay? Hold on. You really got some nerve not letting me know, girl. Got me, girl. Hold up. Okay. I just wonder if Giselle is going to have like a little sit down and just kind of, you know, let bygones be bygones and then just move forward from there. Or is this the cast shakeup that everybody needs now that Karen is no longer a part of the cast anymore?
Of course not.
So Karen is no longer there, and then you got Mia that has left the building. So I don't know who else is also going to be a part of the cast. And I thought that Monique was coming as a cast member, but I think, or I heard, that she was coming as a friend of the show. So you guys let me know if I have my, if I'm accurate, okay? I actually like when you guys kind of tell me what's what, if I missed something, because then I can kind of self-correct for the next video, or, you know, whatever the case is. I really appreciate the feedback. Okay, so yeah, that's what's happening there at Potomac.
And if you like to see them, I got them in my little receipt book right here.
So, girl, listen. I feel like what a lot of people feel is that Monique has been um, announced because they're trying to move away from the whole situation that we are going to get to in a little bit about this lawsuit that Brit Eady has kind of, you know, put out there. Okay. And so I was thinking, well, that could be true. But then, you know, they were at a Pride event. So maybe they wanted to kind of, you know, get ahead of it so that people aren't like, well, what's happening? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they're bringing her back. And a lot of people, there's a torn conversation around her return. So some people are here for it. They're happy. And then you have another group of people who are like, okay, bravo, you guys have made some very questionable decisions when it comes to who you choose to keep and who you choose to let go versus who you know, have all these repercussions for versus, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are still sore about them letting go or suspending Kenya versus keeping Brit Eady, which we're going to get to, I know. And you know what I'm saying? Like, they really do have a odd relationship with accountability versus, okay, we're going to stand in on the right side of things. And no matter what, if you do the wrong thing, you're out of here. They let Phaedra come back. They let Monique now come back. You know, Portia got to stay. She done dragged a few, you know, she done put her hands on a few people. She gets to stay and she's a favorite. Like, y'all have a very odd relationship with who you pick and choose to hold accountable. And I think that's strange. And I really don't want, which I feel like it will, and if it does, that's perfectly fine with me, when it comes to like colorism. You know what I'm saying? I know that they like to run and dip and dodge from that topic, but I feel like there's going to be questions. Like, you guys do have a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? So just let me know how you feel about it. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next topic, Drew. Drew, I told y'all niggas, y'all thought I was sweet, but I told y'all. When Drew wore that wig, it wasn't because she was being supportive or she just didn't have anything else to wear. It was because, like, girl, you so goddamn shady, and I'm going to show you shade, girl. Let me wear this old raggedy wig and let you know what your product is really giving, and show the world that your product that you like to, you know, it's really not what y'all think it is. Now, if you have purchased a Go Naked wig, please sound off in the comments. Let me know. Let me know that it's a high quality wig, because I'd be damned, okay, if I ever invest in a wig that looks like what you had on. Amen, church? Amen. All right. So, yeah, I don't know, girl. I told y'all she did that. And okay, so the Breakfast Club interview. Okay, so she has she mentioned the wig. She said that, you know, she really wasn't feeling it, and she was being supportive as a friend. And it's kind of like a gray area, because I've talked it over with a few of my friends, and it's kind of torn, you know, how they feel about that comment. Like, you know, how I feel is, okay, girl, you've been dragging me. Now I'm going to drag you.
And yes, she is a bitch.
When it's Mad Day, the gloves come off, okay? Ain't no limits on how petty I'm finna get, all right? I'm just saying, like, y'all don't get to pick and choose how a person responds to disrespect. Okay, when she was saying all the things she said, when she had her little shady stuff, y'all were here for it or not, whatever the case may be. But now that Drew is fighting back, y'all are like, oh, Drew, just give it up. I don't like that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, let that girl have it. Now, here's the thing that I have with Drew right now. Drew, you say it too fucking nice.
Oh, come on, man. You can do better than that.
I want you to stand 20 toes down and double, triple down on what you say. Because I don't like how you know, you throw it out there and it's like, yeah, I just thought I'd be shady. Girl, no. I need you to have a little bit more rage. You know what I'm saying? that's all that's all I got for Drew. But yeah, she had a really, really good interview. I've really liked watching her interviews. I watched her interview with Carlos King and her Breakfast Club interview. I feel like we are getting to really, we're really getting to know Drew a little differently.
Did you ever sell it? Did I ever? The cat.
One thing I noticed with the Housewives, when they're in these marriages, they feel like they have to perform a certain role as a wife. Portia did it, Phaedra did it, not so much Nene. Kenya, she has done the same thing. Whenever they have this title of wife, they kind of morph into someone else. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like they have to be the dutiful wife and they have to present a certain way instead of being their true, authentic self. Now, granted, Drew is still going through a very active divorce, so she is still kind of teetering a line with things. But I feel like we have gotten to know the real Drew Sidora, okay? And I'm really here for that. And she's becoming a more likable person for me. Now, I've also shared with my friends that I believe that Drew, I think a lot of the disconnect and why people feel away about Drew with the whole acting thing is, yes, she may be acting. Yes, that may be the case. But I also feel like Drew still tries to play respectability politics because, and this is what I've gathered from her interview, because she's still an actress and she still wants to appeal to that demographic and that world in Hollywood, that she still kind of is in the middle of being torn between the reality TV world or being a reality TV star and then being a celebrity in the acting world. And there's a certain je ne sais quoi that comes with being an actress, okay? A certain type of, it's almost like you're more elite as an actress or a respected actress versus a trashy reality star. Because let's be clear, the tier of success was, as far as entertainment is concerned, the reality TV people were like bottom of the barrel, okay? And then the YouTube used to be the very bottom of the barrel, okay? So I just feel like, that is where the disconnect comes from and why people have had a harder time connecting with her because of her own choice to kind of play the game a little differently. But I just feel like she's a little bit more relaxed and even though she might have shared her story, she has stepped into her authenticity a little bit more, okay? So that was how I felt with Drew. Okay, so this was a real surprise for me. I did not expect this. It came as a complete surprise.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
Kenya has released an episode on her YouTube channel. Life Twirls On, girl. This is where she wants to focus her YouTube channel, do a few like hot takes, and just kind of get into the commentary world. And you know what, girl, I'm here for it. Now, if I'm going to be honest, I think that because this is a new space for her, she's a little bit safe. You know what I'm saying? Because I think because she addressed a few things. She addressed some celebrity news, not necessarily news. She addressed like light celebrity things like outfits and what else did she say? She mentioned Kris Jenner's surgery. Share your surgeon with us, real cute, really lightweight, lighthearted.
Very demure, very mindful.
When she went off script, she said, hold up, wait, hold the phone, girl. Let me talk to y'all real quick. Girl, she let us know, baby, she is in full swing down to her salon, baby. If that salon crash and burn, girl, she got money and she got jobs, okay? Don't worry about her, worry about yourself.
What about yourself?
She really let us, not let us, but let y'all know that she's good.
We good.
Now, here's the thing, girl. So I told myself, you know what? There's two things I want to check in with, and I hope I get to do so this year. I want to go to Nana's Chicken and Waffles, to see what it's given, because with, Kelly's daughter Chan saying that she can't cook, I just want to see what time it is, okay? And I want to get my hair shampooed, girl, down to the salon. So I'm going to try to set that up and, check in with the style seat and see, what it's giving.
Ooh, this is nice. Girl.
I will get my hair done so you guys don't have to, okay? Yeah, so, okay, back to Kenya. So Kenya, she mentioned that, and then she mentions her dream lineup as far as like her cast is concerned. She has so many people, girl. I think she mentioned like 12 to 13 people in her lineup, and I'm like, girl, who finna pay these people? But she just was mentioning who she would prefer as her like lineup. And baby, when I tell you there was a few absent faces, Portia.
Don't make me call Portia.
Yeah, girl, she did not mention that. And some may take that as shade, but you know what? I mean, it is what it is, girl. One, Cynthia and Portia, I don't even know how I brought Cynthia's name up in there, but I meant to do that shit, okay? She did not mention Cynthia or Portia, and I believe that's because, girl, y'all really sided with the enemy.
Unless y'all's picture is up there with a penis inside y'all's mouth in front of a room full of people, come get at me when that happens.
Station everything you built.
I know. And I apologize for that.
Don't take it as shade. Take it as, it is what it is, all right? If you feel like you're going to align yourself with somebody who has contributed to this whole debacle, even though, let's be clear, Kenya was dead wrong for everything, but I'm just saying, like, you guys appear to choose a side, and so therefore Kenya don't owe y'all no favors, okay, with her little dream cast, all right? So we good here. But yeah, so she named her dream cast, and she had some interesting people that she added to the list, and I thought it was cute, girl. But when she said Britney Spears, I was like, bitch, what?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more time.
Girl, Britney Spears, girl, she is so busy. She is busy down to the daggone living room, trolling around with her little kitchen knives, girl. Girl, leave her alone, okay? Yes. On this journey to 1,000 subscribers, I just want to say this episode is sponsored by you. Thank you so much for your support and helping me along this journey. Your support keeps me encouraged. It keeps me going. It keeps me wanting to make more content. Hopefully you like what you see. So if you like what you see, girl, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, girl. I won't bite, okay? All right, now let's get back to the show. Now, what we really want to talk about, okay? Miss PistolGripPump, a.k.a. Miss Bangkok, a.k.a. Brisket, a.k.a. Bang Bang, a.k.a. all of the names, Miss Brit Eady, girl.
You in Bangkok, sweetie. There's a reason they don't call it Bangkok.
Can we be honest here, okay? So the news dropped, maybe, was it Friday? Friday, okay. So the news, was it Friday? Okay, anyway. So the news dropped on Friday that Brit Eady is now suing Bravo for defamation. Matter of fact, I'm going to get the news so that I can really give you everything that she said, okay? Give me a hot second. Okay, Brit Eady files $20 million lawsuit against Bravo alleging sexual harassment and defamation over explicit photo scandal. Oh, girl, let's see what it says, honey. It says also that she requested that the episode at the center of the notice of summons be taken down from public access and the network issue a formal statement. Okay, so this is via People Magazine. It says that Britt Eady filed a lawsuit against Bravo, NBC, and production companies for The Real Housewives of Atlanta on Thursday, June 5th, alleging defamation, emotional distress, sexual harassment, and a hostile work environment. The notice, which has yet to be reviewed and docketed by the court clerks, cites an incident in episode 5 of RHOP's currently airing season 16, in which former cast member Kenya Moore displayed sexually explicit images to who she claimed to be Eady. Eady is suing for $20 million in damages and requesting that the episode be taken down.
Really? You gonna let that slide?
You are unhinged, okay? I'm trying to figure out if this is a
scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bush.
Before we even knew who you were, because nobody knew you, okay? We all got the announcement that you were going to be on the show, but nobody really knew who you were. The whole situation at Kenya's salon opening happened, right? You go down to your Instagram after the whole debacle and you put it out there, what went down. And this is what you had to say. Hold on, let me grab my, You said, "It is never a good feeling being targeted or hazed by someone I've thought would embrace me into a new circle that I've never met. For the record, I've never once had possession of any weapons or threatened anyone ever. I've never been to jail in a fight or even as much as a speeding ticket. That is not in my character. I am hurt by the narrative that's being displayed. Wrong is wrong." That's what you said. And then Kenya had to go down to her platform to play PR games.
There were threats in my direction, and I felt very concerned. I told the producers, I'm concerned, I'm scared, and I kind of feel like they said, "Oh, we'll take care of it." And it didn't feel like it was taken care of. They actually made me feel like I was being like a black Karen. Like, here Kenya goes again. Nothing really happened. They were joking or something. I don't take threats or the way that I felt. You can't invalidate my feelings. And it was a real concern for me.
I still got my pistol, so I don't play them games. I got whip and pistols, everything. You're going to be respectful around here. And if you don't know, you're going to learn today.
If anything happened to me, no one would be there for her.
So you felt threatened by some actions that happened?
Yes. I didn't feel like I was being protected, and I took matters into my own hands.
So
and I've taken full accountability for the things that I've done. I am sorry for what I've done.
What Kenya did was dead wrong. I will never sit up here and tell you that Kenya was completely right. But now that we know or not that this photo could be accurate or could not be accurate, because no one knows. Now we don't know what to believe.
Goddamn son of a bitch!
You have this thing that you like to feel protected by the people around you. Kelly, anybody. You want everybody on your side. You feel like everybody owes you something. Kenya owes you a fucking hug. People just owe you this allegiance, even though you're not really a nice person. And we saw that, and we're seeing that on the show, okay? You give these half-ass boxes of goods to charity. You always have some type of beef with somebody that is not even warranted. And you think that people are supposed to rally around you and support your wrongdoing, right? So you thought that you were going to get the production behind you, that they weren't going to air you saying what you said to Kenya at the dinner, at the bank. You thought they were going to completely trash that and just air the reaction of Kenya. That's what you thought was going to happen. But what actually happened, they showed us, the viewers, everything. And you're pissed off that they showed it, because how can you in good conscience go down to watch what happens live literally 1 week after the show aired to talk about the situation at hand? Let me show you.
Did you have a gun that night?
Oh my gosh, I never had a gun. She wanted to trigger me. She wanted me to do something nasty. She wanted me to react. And because I left before all of that happened, she didn't get the reaction she wanted, and she planned her own funeral.
Okay.
I beg your pardon?
You have literally said out of your own, Instagram that you didn't do anything.
I just, girl, stop.
If that episode aired on April 5th, you showed up to watch What Happens Live on April 14th. Where exactly was your beef with the network airing everything? You didn't have any beef. The beef you had was with the fact that we have been dragging you because we were off of that. Once episode 6 aired and, we got the little tears out the way and everything else, we were completely removed from that whole debacle. And now, whenever they would show you, they would not show you in a very interesting light, okay? And I just want to get down to the real meat and potatoes of why people cannot quite connect with Brit, okay? You are triggered by the truth. That is the issue, period, okay? You do not like when anybody confronts you with anything alluding to what's real. The fact that you showed up to this franchise as your inauthentic self has nothing to do with the network. It has nothing to do with the castmates, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the fans, okay? You showed up lying. You did.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Shout out to the EJCD podcast. Danielle, she said that the ring you had on was ill-fitting. And it made me think, it makes sense because her ring was loose. It was sliding everywhere. And when Kenya mentioned it, she was like, oh, you're engaged or whatever she said. And you got offended by it. You wanted to make something out of it. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have anything against you because when you guys sat on the couch when Portia was dragging Drew for filth, she sat right next to you and was, side talking with you.
Is this about Dennis or is this about the photo shoot?
I think she's mad about Dennis.
So it wasn't any issue. You made it an issue. You got mad when she called you a peasant. And the gag is, you are a peasant, Britt. You are. You are. Because how is it that this is so triggering for you to be called a peasant if it wasn't actually true? Okay? The same thing that happened with the whole insurance license. You told the group that your insurance license was on suspension or whatever because of this whole debacle, which was a lie. And as soon as Angela pushed back a little bit and asked questions, because she wasn't trying to ask you questions to start anything, she was actually curious of how that happened. And maybe even offer some advice on how to get your license back. But because you knew you were lying and you just wanted to ride off into the sunset with that lie, that was your decision, okay? I'm so sick of her. Like I said, she's the baby of I've said this before. She's the baby of the family. Everybody has fought for her. She feels like the people are supposed to have her back. She called herself the favorite. I don't even know where the fuck that came from. You have done all of the things to make us believe that you are not the person that you have tried to present yourself to be. Okay? You literally do suffer from image dysmorphia. For you to sit there and call yourself the favorite, whose favorite? Who? Because the only person that liked you or that was really down for you was Kelly. For real. And then even, we're starting to even see kind of a distance between them now. And we haven't even gotten to the fallout because I've already tried to clock that, But it's just like, girl, you have presented yourself in a very fucked up light, and it is nobody's fault. That bare and naked event was god awful, okay? There is no way to edit the shit that you said out your mouth. There's no way to edit the receipts that are out there. I feel like, Britt, you did not like how people dragged you and how many people have been clocking you over and over and over again ever since that episode aired. They done came on Tasha K's platform talking about your husband because you were so, my husband, I'm better than you because I got a husband and you don't, you single. All of those things you done said. Then it came out about your husband. Then it came out about your husband owing money to the golf course. Then they came out and said, girl, I wasn't the event planner. I was just a decorator. You tried it. Everybody has been clocking you, and you knew they were going to drag you for filth at that reunion.
And you're going to always get it again and again and again.
The only way to get out of it was for you to go ahead and file this lawsuit. And I just feel like, it's so tired, girl. It is so tired. When I tell you, I don't see it for you in any platform because, one, you're already a liability, okay? You're already a liability. I hope you enjoyed your 15 minutes of fame. Parashay, good luck to you, girl. I don't know what it is about Britt that you want to, go on down with this Titanic ship, but best wishes, okay? Because I don't understand. Like, you have been literally digging your own grave this entire time. Okay, you went on to further say, on Thursday, as everyone is now aware, I am not attending the reunion. This was my decision. The events of the season have devastated me. And while I cannot say much right now, I do want to set the record straight about one thing. The graphic actual photo surrounding the events of in episode 5, the photo was not me. As the episode makes clear, I did not see the photo at the time. Rather, I was made aware of the photo being presented at the event, and based on what was told, assumed that it was somehow a photo of me, which was why I reacted in the way I did. I do not know who was in that photo, but upon seeing for the first time recently, I now know that it was not me. I look forward to seeking accountability and moving past this dark time in my life, Britt. So, you mean to tell me that wasn't a photo of you? Honestly, I don't even believe that you just recently saw the episodes. I believe that y'all probably saw the episodes. Because like I said, you have done promo, you have done promotion, you have done everything. And you mean to tell me that now, just recently, you are now seeing everything?
I ask you, is it a coincidence?
You're not far or above lying. You have lied so much. And I'm just like, girl, listen. You literally walk down Shamina's driveway with your frail ass box of non-goods, okay? Your box of Kleenex and your 2 bundles of goddamn Scott's tissue. And you mean to tell me that you had a Birkin on your arm, a Balmain shirt, and driving whatever car you was driving, that luxury ass car. You showed up, you said all of this stuff about sex and all, but you had your legs to the sky. Your own husband told you to put your leg down. Like, when I tell you I don't understand you, girl, I don't get it. Seriously. You have not shown up as the most authentic person this entire season. Ever. Okay? And I just find it strange. I find it so strange that you think that you are owed some type of support. Girl, I feel like production played you.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Honestly, you thought that they were not going to use that footage, and therefore you thought that you can gallivant and carry on the way you was gallivanting and carry on. You have been doing all this promotion, all of this stuff. I'm a bad bitch. I got all this money. I'm pretty and paid. Of course the girls want it. Yeah, all of that fuck shit that you was saying was a lie, okay? And I don't have any kind of, you don't have the respect that you believe you deserve because you have not presented as a respectable person. Look at Angela. Angela has not been fake at all about her fucked up ass marriage or presented marriage, you know what I'm saying, about her losing money in those houses, she has been her authentic self. And how did you show up? How did you show up? Because if we're being honest, I think you was borrowing clothes from Marlo Hampton. Ain't that your homegirl? So I feel like, girl, are you renting her clothes, her purses, and everything else? Because word on the curb, you ain't got it. Word on the curb, that car don't belong to you. It's a lease. Word on the curb is that house that you was living in don't belong to you. You rented it just for the show. So, like, what's really good?
Who is this hoe? Who is this hoe? Brit Eady is her name.
Will the real Brit Eady please stand up? And somebody else allegedly said that you're not even married. That's what I heard. Now, I ain't saying, but they said that that's the reason why you ain't had no wedding band, because you're not even married. Because ain't your last name supposed to be Cunningham, girl? I mean, again, you could be, using your maiden name. That's your business. But I'm just saying, like, girl, you have not been showing up as your authentic self. Y'all like to drag Drew, but girl, come on. You have been lying from day one, okay? And I'm over it. I'm over it. But on the flip side, I hope you win.
Not on my watch.
I was not necessarily feeling that way initially. When I first got the news, I was like, girl, I can't stand it. Fuck that bitch. But you know what? I hope that they pay you something. And the reason why is because, Bravo, you deserve this shit. This is what happens when you don't properly vet your people. This is also what happens when you choose the wrong side of history. You have people a part of Bravo, and you guys just have a weird, odd, like, relationship with morality and where you guys stand in it. Because if you're going to go with the moral code, then follow that shit through and don't let people who play with it in. But then, if you're going to let some in, let them all in, okay? Because that's why people feel like you guys are colorist. You know what I mean? Like, that's why people feel the way they feel. And I just, I don't know. But yeah, I hope she wins, girl. Best wishes to you, Brit. Twist their goddamn pockets, honestly.
I'm leaving here with something.
Shit. Bravo should sue you, bitch. Like, you done did all this carrying on and cutting up. Girl, you done put bravo. Everybody had you slated to be that girl, or you slated yourself to be that girl. And now, it just, girl, I don't know. And I feel like you are trying to gag Bravo, the network. I mean, I know that you are trying to stop them from having the episode 5, but I also feel like, girl, are you trying to, like, keep or prevent them from airing anything else, casting you in a bad light? You know what I'm saying? Because we still haven't gotten to why the girls don't fool with you. And I also feel like that's another reason why you ran from the reunion, because they were going to wear your ass out. Okay, it's so many rumors and things that's been all over the internet about you. I feel like you were trying to dodge accountability here. And I'm just, as many times as Sheree has gotten drugged for her fashion show with no fashions, her Chateau, or, Shein by Sheree, her Chateau by Sheree taking forever to, come around, all of the things, but she's always showed up. Kenya has always showed up no matter what. Everybody who has had a not so good season or has been called out, they show up and they take it on the chin, okay? And I can't get, girl.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Let me know what you guys think about all of this. How do you feel? Do you want Brit to win? Do you want her to Luz, are you just tired of hearing her name? What is it? You know, what kind of time are you guys on? Yeah. And yeah, talk to me in these comments, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and go, and I'll call you guys back in a little bit. Like and subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're really about that life. And yeah, girl, let's chat in these comments and talk about it. Yeah. All right, girl, I'll call you guys back in a little bit. Bye.